Music. So, right. This is a hard topic, it really is. I love music so much, and I've been to so many different gigs, like so many different bands of all different genres. Um, to answer the first question, what would be my favourite gig that I've ever been to and why? It's difficult for me to answer because my music taste has changed so much that it's kind of sort of shaped me and made me who I am. And I was such a different person, all the sort of major gigs that I've been to, which I would call my favourites, that it's kind of like they were my favourite at the time. So if somebody were to ask me what my best gig experience was, I'd probably say My Chemical Romance when I was in year 9, but I mean I don't really like My Chemical Romance anymore. I've kind of grown out of them really. I like listening to different things now, but that was a really, really amazing musical experience for me. It was just the atmosphere and the people that were around me and the groups that the group that I was in at the time, and just sort of the experience as a whole, and seeing one of my favourite bands at the time. But a sort of more recent one, I think, that I would say was one of my best gigging experiences was Bon Iver in Manchester Apollo, which I saw last year with my friend Josh, and they were absolutely amazing, so good. Like they just brought out their new album as well, and it was absolutely phenomenal because they made the gigging experience, they made it like an amazing live experience. And I think that because we're living in a sort of digital age where people are stealing music off the internet all the time, bands need to make more of an effort to sort of make their live show really, really interesting. And that's what Bon Iver did on this night, and they played one of my favourite songs, which is Blood Bank, and it's one of the slightly more obscure songs that I didn't know if they'd play, but they just made it completely different, and I didn't know it was Blood Bank for the first like 2 minutes because they played a techno sort of saxophone intro, and it was just the most amazing thing I've ever seen. The lighting was amazing. They had big red lights and crashing drums and everything, and like the sort of falsetto voice that he uses was just beautiful in this such a weird way because it was so like big and crazy, but then he had this really, really sort of wavering voice, and it was the most beautiful experience. It was so good. So that was one of my best gigs to date, I think. But there have been so many good ones. I just forget them all, and I'm really sad that I forget them, but there have been some really, really good ones. Some other good gigging experiences that I've had, not like my favourites, but just the fact that they create such a good atmosphere. First of all, Haggis Horns, which I think I went to last year. They're like a kind of funk band, and they played in Goody Hoo in Cardiff, and they were amazing as well. They just created this amazing atmosphere, and the people that were there were all kind of like funky, cool people, and we were all like doing our own individual dances and skanking along to the music. It was so much fun. And it was such energetic music, you wanted to just dance all night. And it sort of made the crowd feel like they were part of the event. Same with Fat Freddy's Drop and Gentleman's Dub Club, which are both kind of dub bands, so there was a lot of like different instruments on the stage, loads of people having solos, but they'd all sort of changed the music so to fit the live atmosphere, rather than just playing it exactly as it is on the CD, which I really like, because it makes it feel like it's a more kind of individual experience. Okay, and who would I see live if I was given the chance? I know there are the obvious choices, and I do agree with a lot of you about like the Beatles and Michael Jackson, and obviously like Jimi Hendrix, maybe just before he died, or Bob Dylan in his heyday before he picked up his electric guitar, Judas, etc. But if you were to ask me right now who I would want to go and see, I would tell you 2 people, and these are probably 2 of the people who I think are my favourite artists at the moment, and probably like 2 of the best people to see live. First of all, Kimbra, because she is so ridiculously hot, and also, you know Kimbra. Kimbra is the girl off the Gautier video, somebody that I used to know, that one. Yeah, she's just incredibly hot, but that's not the reason, partially the reason. But also because she's just so talented and makes her live experiences so unique. She uses like sort of an FX loop pedal type thing and beatboxes like a beat, and then she'll like loop harmonies of herself and then use that as like the sort of bed for her song, and then she'll sing over it, and it's just it's so cool, and she's so sassy. and so amazing. So I'd love to see her, but she's from New Zealand, so she's doing like Europe tours and goes to like the big places, and it's going to cost a lot of money to go and see her if I go and see her in like Belgium or something. And then Beardy Man. Beardy Man, if you don't know Beardy Man, he's like a comic beatbox guy. He's the most ingenious, amazing character. All of his live performances seem quite like unique and individual experiences because he lets the audience heckle him and lets them do requests and stuff. He's got amazing encyclopedic knowledge of music, so he can pretty much take any request and then he like turns it into, he'll request a song and then he requests like a genre or like an idea. And it turns into the most amazing, crazy performance. And again, he uses like a loop pedal thing, and he's got like a whole, he calls it the Beardytron 3000, and it's like this desk full of like crazy machines that he uses to change his voice. And he just, he's so brilliant, and you'd never know what to expect with him. So go and watch his, I think it's Live in the Underbelly Edinburgh show. It's like 50 minutes of it or something, and it's on YouTube for free. Go and look at it, because it's amazing. I respect all of your opinions about music, but I think we all have like a very sort of diverse range in music taste, which I think is a good thing. A lot of you seem to like rock. I feel like I've kind of done rock because I don't know, like I get really into one genre and they'll kind of move away from it and move to the next one. But yeah, no, you all have really good sort of choices and good reasoning behind your choices for that. So it's been really interesting to watch, and yeah, I guess I'll see you next Sunday.